Hello, gentle viewers. This is Avindian, welcoming you to Help Will Come Tomorrow, a survival game set in 1917 Russia, developed by Arclight Creations and published by Clawbotter. Um, this is a survival game. It's a bit like. What's the best term for it? It's a bit like This War of Mine, in that the themes are a little similar, but the morality isn't as pronounced as This War of Mine. Like, you are very clearly not the bad guys in This War of Mine. And you don't have to think about things like cannibalism. At least I haven't seen it in the game yet. Maybe it is a thing that you can do. Who knows? But, that is what this game is about. Now, why are we actually going through this game? Well, there's a lot of excellent reasons. But mainly because the game's tutorial is a little bit lackluster, and it's not the game's fault necessarily. It's more the game is easy to understand. Once I teach you guys how to play this game, you'll be like, oh my gosh, this game is so easy to play and learn. Maybe not to win, but to play and learn for sure. But the game's tutorial just uses walls of text to just bombard you with information. And I just don't think that's a helpful way to play the game. So hopefully my showing you what to do and explaining the various intricacies of the game will be enjoyable. I sure hope you will. So what we're going to do with this series is I'm going to play through just one video to start out with, just to show you guys how the game works. And then I'm going to wait and see what the response is before I dive into a full series of this. So think of this as kind of an episode 0/episode 1. I'm in fact going to tell this video, let's learn Help Will Come Tomorrow. And then based on what you guys say, what you guys think, from there we will think about extending it to a full series. So let's click New Game. We're going to play on the passenger difficulty level. All the characters are going to be random. Oh, interesting. They now have 3 scenarios. That's new. Please don't start with any serious wounds. We'll go with Wind of the Damned, which I think is the generic opening. It's very cool that there's multiple scenarios, though. One of the other reasons I don't want to get too bogged down into this game for too long is it keeps changing. And that's why I just want to teach you guys the basics today, and then we'll go in from there. Yes. And enjoy the introductory video. Russia. We were all passengers of the speeding train. Divided into classes, quarreled, confined in our compartments. There was someone's story hidden in each of them. War, escape, adventure, fight for change. Subcutaneously, however, we all felt what the end of this journey could be. Quietest explosion ever. At that moment, all divisions disappeared. And our stories merged into one. We've barely escaped death. Can you hear the shots? They're killing other survivors. This is a replay from Znamensky Square. The Tsar supporters are opening fire at the proletarians. You are talking nonsense. They're just thugs or deserters. Don't talk so loudly, because they'll hear us. We've run a long way. I think we can take a rest here and the snow will cover our footprints. So welcome, dear friends, to Help Will Come Tomorrow. The game is divided into multiple days with 2 parts. There's the daytime and the nighttime. This train is my only home. I'm gonna quickly pause the game here. Can I just pause it? No, I can't. Port Viera, Port Antnowska. I'm not going to read what they're saying because I want to explain the game to you. And each day, each of your characters needs to do a certain number of things. They need to work on stations at the camp. They need to gather food. They need to cook food. They can go exploring. All these things are available. Each character has 3 action points. But every character is a little different. So let's take a look at an example here. This is Maria Petrenko, and we know she's a revolutionary. There are different factions in the game, and the characters will react differently to each other based on those. And every character has a certain number of traits, and as we play the game, we'll learn what her traits are, and what she's good at, what she's not so good at. She's a little tired, but other than that, she is fine. She gets along kind of well with Petya, I think his name is, and she is the maid on the train. We also have Anna Mikhailovna Hilkov. There should be Mikhailovna, there should be an N in there. We know that she takes everything personally, so we know a little bit more about her. We have Sergei Ivanov. He's a little distrustful. We'll have to manage that as we play through the game. And finally, we have Dmitry Sokolov. Now, he is an aristocrat, just as is Anna. Whereas she's a revolutionary, and Sergei could be either way. As characters do things, as they work together, their statuses will change. What are we fighting against? Well, every character has 4 meters. Hunger, thirst, frost, and fatigue. If any of these gets bad enough that a certain symbol appears, that reduces their action points. And that's really how you get punished. We need to keep this place warm while also keeping it difficult to see so that we don't get attacked during the night. And then here, we know that there is a chance that Anna would be a little bit cold. So we need to do something about the camp. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to dig. And I'm going to have our good friend Sergei do some digging. So you'll notice he lost 1 action point. He got a little bit more tired, but he also found some resources that we can use later on. Which means now we can start a fire. But we want to undig everything. So, Anna, get to work. Found some more rocks. Once we've uncovered all the stations, we can then begin to decide what we want to prioritize on so that we can survive. Let's go ahead and dig out the workshop. And as we play through the game and make them do things, we'll learn more about each character. And then we'll learn how we can best supply them in the future. So far, so good. You're Dmitry. That's right, Sergei. Let us come here, and you can unsnow the quarantine point. And finally, Anna, you're the most likely to complain. So let's get you digging. Alright, so we revealed all the different stations on the camp. Let's talk about each one of them. First, we have the shelter. This provides a place for people to rest, and it also, generally speaking, helps us against the cold. We have the campfire, which produces heat and lets us cook. We have the workshop, which lets us make weapons and tools. We have the quarantine point where people recover from injuries. And we have the palisade. We cannot explore the first night, so what we're going to want to do is spend the rest of our time productively upgrading various camp structures. And one of the first things we're going to want to do is build a fire. So, we have a choice. We can either have one person do it for 3 action points, or 2 people do it for 1 each, or we can go makeshift to use fewer resources. We're going to have... you know what? You're both revolutionaries. You'll probably get along okay. And right here we see this is going to make you a little mad, and she doesn't like him at all. But maybe they just need to get to know each other. If we had a hammer, this would go faster, but we don't. So we need some structure. And the best tool for structure is stones. Actually, no, sticks might be better. Every item offers certain materials that you'll need to consider as you play the game. So, for example, stones count as structure, needles can be wood or fuel, bark can be fuel or food. We're going to use stones. And then finally, we need some wood. That's what sticks are for, and we do the upgrade. They'll talk to each other. One might learn a little bit more about them. And they'll also develop trust with each other. Okay, here we go. So we've learned that Dimitri here is a perfectionist. He likes to do things precisely. If he makes a more solid structure, he gets morale, but he doesn't want to make makeshift structures. So there we go. And now we know a little bit more about him than we knew before. The other thing I would like to build today, if we can manage it, is the shelter. Oh, let's throw some pine cones into the fire. And notice how visibility immediately went up. That's fine. We'll survive. There we go. Pietro, we must go back for him. Maybe later. I would like to make sure we build the shelter today as well. So we're going to have Dimitri work with Petya this time. They don't like each other, but they'll get over it. And we need material. This is not the best use of canvas, actually. If anything else we can use for material. No, we don't have enough rags. So then let's actually work on the workshop. That's actually smarter. Yeah. Just the 2 of you. We need a bunch of structure. We have enough stone. Great, we need some more wood. Oh, that's not good enough. What else counts as wood? Pine needles do. And there we go. What am I short on? Oh, I don't have a string. Well, we're going to need to go look for some string when we get a chance then. This is not ideal. What else might we want to work on? A palisade or the quarantine point? No, the palisade needs sharp stuff, doesn't it? Maybe not. I hear you too. You just need wood. Alright. Palisade. Build. And then you'll notice we've now unlocked a few other things that we can do here, including the ability to gather brushwood, check for snares, and upgrade the palisade. We have 3 more actions left. What does the quarantine point need? it also needs material. It needs 7 material. Yeah, we can't build anything else today. Unless we upgrade. We do want the water filter for sure. So let's go ahead and have you work with you. And you need a rag. And you need some more wood. Upgrade. Oh, she likes working with other people. That's nice. So now we have a source of water. And here we go. She's a team worker. She likes to cooperate, and whenever she performs an action with someone else, they will increase both her and her comrades' morale. Beautiful. I love to see it. And then there's the only thing we have left to do is actually a new action that we just unlocked. I would like you to filter some water so that we have some water for tomorrow. Okay. Now, everyone has spent all of their actions, and you'll notice the first status icon appeared. She is tired. We can't do anything about that on day 1, because we couldn't build the shelter. So we're just going to go ahead and end our day. So we do that by clicking this button up here, and this reminds you that everything else will change. Now, in the nighttime phase, everybody just has a chat, and we learn more about each of the characters. At the moment, we can only do 2 things, and we just get to pick the topic. Let's have Maria introduce herself. I'm begging you, help me. We must go back there tomorrow to look for Petrushka. Pyatya, is he your brother? He was a baggage handler. He is a baggage handler. Oh God, I've left him there alone. Maria, there is no chance that he survived the catastrophe. Even if somehow the bandits pulled him out of the wreck and did not kill him, by looking for him, we put ourselves in great danger. Would you leave an innocent boy to die? I bet you would. Better him than me. Why should I have my ears frostbitten when looking for some brat? Yikes. He would definitely like to help you in such a situation. Surely we can do something now. First of all, you need to save strength. You won't help him dead or sick. This remark applies to all of us. Let's gather strength and avoid fighting. Let's not be conspicuous. Okay, so everyone's morale improved a little bit because they got to know each other. We need to make a second choice, and let's introduce Anna. I'm cold. Get me out of here. Maybe you'd like some caviar? I beg your pardon? Aww, they don't like each other. Haha, easy miss. A bit of humor would do no harm in this situation. Humor? I'm frozen to the bone. Please do something. My poor Viera. She would bring me my fur now, and she would brew chai with arak. But those butchers... Oh, my poor Viera. And Aunt Nostka. Oh, he feels a little bit better about her. Ooh, and we know that he's compassionate. That's good to know. Vera and Aunt Anastasia are already in a better place. And she likes him more. Why did we leave St. Petersburg? We should have stayed at the estate of Prince Ushansky. Maybe you should have. Ah, Auntie. I should have accepted his proposal. And now everyone likes her and understands her a little bit better. And so what'll happen is we'll see trust and other stats will improve as a result of our actions during the day. I normally just click skip for this, but it's fine. The first 2 days I recommend you do the introductions before you get into the deeper topics. Oh, here we go. Our friend Maria is likable. And honest. Very nice. Okay. So right away we know some things we have to do the next day. For every 2 statuses, you can have the chance to lose 1 AP. And they test morale. As long as the morale is high enough, even this won't necessarily cause an issue. This counts as 2 statuses, by the way. So here's 2, here's... No, sorry, this counts as 2. I don't know. I think maybe they just let it go this first time. But yeah, we definitely need to make sure everyone gets something to eat. And we need to make sure that Maria gets a chance to rest. Anna starves faster. And we've survived our first day. And the campfire is covered in snow. Stupid campfire. Alright, well, you know what? We need to fix that. So kindly dig. Now, the good news is we don't lose any of our upgrades. So that's good. What we're going to have to do today is we're going to have to go on an expedition to find some food. Go ahead and chuck in a couple of pine cones. There we go. That's nice and warm. Camp morale is basically bottomed out, so we need to do something to improve it. We can have people eat, we can have people drink, but if we're going to eat, we need better cooking. Or we need to upgrade to a pot. We need clay for that. We don't have any clay. So this is what we need to think about doing today. We need to upgrade some other stations. In order to do any of this, we need more resources. To get resources, you go on an expedition. So we're going to send expedition, and we need to pick 1 or 2 people to go. Let's send the men. You could always go by yourself. That is one of the few things that only costs 1. So we're going to click send. And we need to pick somewhere for these guys to go. Let's go to here. And then you click the search button. You can also occasionally have events happen. But here we just got some resources. Oh, we got an event too. We are venturing deeper into the taiga in search of suitably dry branches when you suddenly hear a sinister sound. You stop, close your eyes, try to locate the source of the sound. Do you think it sounds like a growl? Or purring? Not good. You don't want to mess up with some forest predator. Let's check the thicket carefully. It's a lynx. A cat is dying, but we killed it. And we get some meat and some fur. Very nice. And then, as you keep searching, there's a chance you might get lost, dictated up here. But as long as you have a certain number of action points, you'll be fine. Let's keep searching. And we find some decent resources. We can live with that. And then I want to come over here, and I want to try to find some clay if we can. Which we didn't find. And we're at the point now where I don't want him to get lost. So I'm going to go ahead and have him come back to camp. And we got some good stuff. So, now what we can do now is we can roast an animal. It won't be very good, though, but it's something we can do. Let us send now the 2 ladies out. And we're going to see if they can find some better resources for us. So this tells you, once you've been somewhere first, it tells you what you might find the second time. Let's go up here and have a search. Blueberries, says one of you, then laughs when the other begins to look around the ground. I don't mean the plants, that's what you say about forest bees. Look, and there are a few bees flying around. Absolutely not. I don't want any honey. I don't want to get stung, that's just dumb. We got some bark, some other materials. It's nice, but we really need more. We need a lot more, to be quite frank. Alright. And we didn't even find anything this time. So let's go ahead and go back home. And now we take these new things that we've found and use them to try to improve the camp some more. Oh, we need to cook. Do we have enough to upgrade the grill? No, we never found any clay. And I know we don't have enough building materials to build just about anything else, do we? I don't have enough structure, I don't think, now. Yeah, I don't. That's okay, though. We can always come back tomorrow. What we need to do now is just deal with the food. So we're going to have... Because you have 2, right? You're going to roast this lynx. Oh, if you don't have 2 people, it takes 3 AP. That's fine. The 2 of you can work together. And that has earned us some burnt meat. It's not the best, but it'll do early on in the game. And you'll notice this instantly gets rid of the hungry status in everyone who eats some. Here we go. We've learned a bit about Sergei. He can eat pretty much anything. Good to know. Alright. Now what we'd really like to do is sleep. In order to get fatigue taken care of, though, we really need to upgrade the shelter. And we don't have enough pine needles. So, I'm going to take a risk. Oh, we could build a snare? Oh, that's so good. Snares are so good. Let's get you and you to work together. And you can upgrade. Because now I'll have an opportunity. Ooh, she's lucky. Nice. But now we have an opportunity to go ahead and catch animals with our snares. Finally, because we don't have... There's no reason to waste our time. Go ahead and make us some water, buddy. Alright. The day is over. A couple people will probably get thirsty. We'll deal with that tomorrow. But let's talk about the night. And let us introduce ourselves to Sergei and Dmitri. Are you coming back from the front, soldier? Me? I'm not a soldier. So, a scholar or a priest, perhaps. The farmhand would not be in the train compartment. I admit that in our situation, we'd be very happy to have any military person with us. This is the past. My division ceased to exist. The fighting is still going on. Do you believe that the provisional government will soon sign a ceasefire? Spoiler alert, they don't. They can sign whatever they want. The next governments will tear the paper. The war will probably never end. Only the battlefields and banners change. Don't be such a downer, Sergei. Go to the devil with all this. And everyone likes him a little bit more. And now let's introduce Dmitri. The situation is as follows. The enemy outnumbers you, is better armed, and knows the area. We have to secure the area. I will determine the order of patrols and changing the watch at night. Does anyone have any weapons? Captain, we're not a troop of soldiers, and we will not become it, even under such a respectable command. Nonsense! The situation turned all of us into soldiers, and the warriors need a commander. I protest. Soldiering is for men. Women are to become widows. Oh dear. Less talking. More action. I take over the first watch, and at dawn we will look for sharp stones and metal fragments that we can sharpen the perches and arrows. I've never played with him in my camp before. He's an interesting guy. I'm going to skip the end of the day summary because, frankly, nothing major usually happens. And we see right here that they've both failed their morale test, so they'll only have 2 AP this turn. Because they're thirsty and hungry and tired. So I need to work on that today. We really need clay so we can start improving things. Cook some pine cones, please. Alright. Let us send Sergey and the lad. So this is a deer. We could try to kill it, but we don't have any weapons, so it probably wouldn't go very well. Let us send these two lads out to explore. So this is a patrol. We definitely don't want to get anywhere near that if we can avoid it. Still didn't get any clay. And you can only go to an adjacent tile. Let's search here. Under the snowy tuft of moss, you find an old deer skeleton with a magnificent fork horn. Rusty arrowheads are still stuck between its ribs. The animal was probably hit, but it escaped its hunter and died in this grove. Without much thinking, I collect the arrowheads and some bones. Neat. But let's search again. And we have still not found any clay. We're getting some good stuff that we do need. Let's go here and search. Oh, it was a very productive search. Oh, where there's almost nothing else we can take with us. So let's go ahead and go back to camp. Return to camp. And we're going to want to work on something here. I don't have enough string. And I don't have any actions unlocked. So unfortunately, I can't do anything about that. And I could make a makeshift workbench. And I think it's actually a really good idea. But I'm not going to have him do it because it'll make him sad. So we're going to have the two of you work together. And we need structure. I think I have enough for that. I do. And then we have, we need wood, pine needles, upgrade. Alright, now we've unlocked the ability to do, make string and make canvas. I've got a bunch of canvas. So we're gonna wait on that. Yes, we need to build the shelter. It'll take 2 canvas, which is not efficient. You know what? Let's have, you're not particularly tired yet. So let's have you come over here and make us some rags out of canvas. There we go. Oh, and if he does processing resources, he can gain some action points. That's very nice. And he did. That didn't cost me any AP. Beautiful. Alright. You and you. Let's put down some rags and let's make ourselves a shelter. Alright. Now, everyone who has at least 1 action point left will actually recover a bit. And now everyone is fatigued and everyone is a little bit cold. Is anybody hungry? Anna is. There's some food for you. I've got a bunch of extra water right now. Let's give everyone some water. There we go. And then I'm going to have you take the rest action. And then the rest of you will also recover a bit of fatigue as long as I don't use your last action points. Unless I have enough to upgrade this so we can make stew, I do... No, I don't have any clay yet. I still don't have any clay. I don't have any stone. I can make a game flaying pole, which lets me skin game to get, like, pelts and stuff. I don't think that's wise, though. I think we all rest for tonight. I think this was a productive day. Yeah, and this just reminds us that if there's any left, it'll reduce fatigue. She can actually fail the rest action, so that's not great. So now we get to pick any two of these. Let's seek a better shelter. I have an idea. The tracks on this section have been built very recently, and every few dozen versts, that's an imperial length of measure, there should be a hut of workers who are cutting down the railroad ties. Perfect idea. So we just have to to explore there within a dozen of versts, huh? And she didn't like that. Explore it yourself if you want to. If you raised a finger to do a decent job, you might know that it's worth checking the tracks. Now, they don't like each other. There are no loggers' huts by the tracks. But there are markings for the commissioners. The mile marking on one of the ties should tell us where to look for the workshop. Now, you can actually choose how the person responds. I'm going to say now you're talking. Let's check the tracks, look for a hut, and let's do it. No one listens to me. And then let's also talk about crash and slaughter. We were safe from the disaster and avoided the slaughter. It's unthinkable. Do you know if anyone else survived? They took us by surprise. It was a well-organized operation. The attackers had dynamite and used it, not only to derail the train, but also blew up the car in which war veterans were traveling. They knew where to hit. And then they shot the survivors without mercy. If someone has survived, they'll probably hold up in the woods, as we did. We must stay together until help arrives. We are in the middle of the Siberian taiga, without appropriate clothes and food, surrounded by thugs going after us. How much longer can we possibly survive in such conditions? 1, 2 days, at the most. In that case, let's hope that help will come tomorrow. Ah? Get it? It's the name of the game. But it does improve camp morale. And then we'll skip the end of day summary. Everyone but Anna is ready to put in a full day's work. So we need to get the food situation sorted, which really means what we really need is clay. Any sense that any place near us has clay? No. Now in 6 days we have to find the woodcutter's markings, but we're not quite sure where those are just yet. Alright, so we're going to send an expedition, and it's going to be the 2 boys. I'm going to go here. And I'm going to go here. And I'm going to search. We found a log, but we did not find any clay. We might need to look near the river for clay. Maybe that's the issue. Alright, loss probability is starting to get pretty high now. We're going to want to return to camp. Otherwise, there's a risk that they get lost, and sometimes they never come back. But here's what matters the most. My friends, we got the clay. Now, all we need is some structure. Look, don't ask why the structure looks bony. It's fine. There we go. Alright, so the next thing we need to do is we need to chuck a pine cone onto the fire. And now we need to cook. So this is going to be cooked food. And here's why I like doing this. If we have good meat or good vegetables, we can make a lot of food for a lot of people. That makes them quite happy, actually. We could make mushroom soup. Oh no, I don't have enough mushrooms for that. But we can make root soup. Delicious. It's full of rooty goodness. And then let's have her cook and see if she enjoys it. She didn't seem to like it or dislike it. But now we have delicious soup. Everyone eats some. Yum, yum, yum. And that does a good bit to get us some food. Sergey, my dude, would you like to try making some soup? No, we don't have enough water. Well, then I guess, Sergey, my dude, you're going to get us some water. Because we need to cook. We also need to drink. Let's get the little girl, Maria, here. Make us some water. And then you can cook. Yeah, we don't have enough meat. If I had a little bit of meat and an herb, I could make a delicious stew. Delicious stew. You can eat mold. That's good, right? People enjoy eating mold. Oh, we can make bean soup. I wouldn't want to be around the campfire tonight, but we can do it. There we go. Delicious. There we go. If I get a little bit of water for you, everyone is more or less okay. Go check the traps. Oh, we did find something. Neat. And then we don't want the corpse to go bad, so we might instantly just grill it. Yeah, roast us this chipmunk. Oh, right. If we're going to cook, it needs more than one person, doesn't it? I don't think it goes bad in one day, though. We can always cook it tomorrow. Let's just get a bit more water. It's boring, I know, but we always need water. And I think we will end day 4. Let's talk about Dimitri's discipline. I know you might have thought about leaving the camp, but you must know our chances of survival increase when we're in a group. Escaping is a sentence not only for yourself, but for the rest of us. You sound like a real gendarme. Gendarme is basically military police. Maybe, but what's wrong with that? I'm trying to find a way to organize the camp. We can say, what if we don't obey? Or we can say, that's understandable, but please don't treat us as deserters. There's nothing funny about relaxing discipline. This is the first step to defeatism and panic. The sooner we understand it, the better chance we have to survive. You really were a gendarme. An officer, I suppose. The captain of the military police and the special corps of the 11th Army. Oh god, this guy's... Yikes. Did you fight at the front? We'll talk about it another time. Now we must focus on survival. Whether you want it or not, I'm going to get us out of this misery. And let's talk about Maria's dream. I dreamed of Pyotr today. I know he's still alive and hiding on the train. Did he talk to you in the dream? I don't want to sound mocking, but do such things happen? I just know he's alive. I don't feel, I don't think, I don't believe. I just know. Petruchia is small, can hide anywhere. He can get out of sight if necessary. He has many hiding places in the sleeping car. Promise me we'll go after him. If he's alive. Promise, I would not leave anyone in our group to their own fate, I swear. And another day is concluded. Well, everyone's a little bit more friendly now. Camp morale's still not great. The two of you had kind of a rough day. Three of you had kind of a rough night. We really need to start getting ahead of food. Which we can get started on day 5. But I think this is a pretty good introduction to the game. Do let me know what you think of it if you'd like to see some more in the future. But this is just kind of a way to teach you guys how to play the game so you understand how the game works. And so you can enjoy the game for yourself. Do let me know if you'd like to see me continue. If you would, just drop a comment down below. Like the video. Anything that indicates to me that you want to see more, and I will try to make it happen. But until then, this has been Avindian. Thank you for watching. Help will come tomorrow. And I bid you good day.